gonna run till I drop, till the break of dawn, never gonna stop. My little lady, I'm gonna take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. You know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. You can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. We're gonna get real. Oh, I'm feeling good. My little lady, she's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice. My little lady, she's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop. Right. I'm feeling good. My little lady, she's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. And you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car. And we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optolong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Things are becoming intense. I rip my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell a tale of 1,000 lonely days. Yeah, she's a real thing. Yeah, only I can make a change if you want
to blame. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, all the people turn and stare. Oh, it's a secret. Hey, let them see me. I don't care if you want to be together. It's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, say if you want to be together. I'm feeling really guilty, but it feels so bad. Yeah, so good to be together. Get together. We did it before, we can do it again. I'm tearing out my hair, 'cause I don't know when. So good. You want to be together. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so good to be together. Yeah, so damn good. If you want to be together, it's so good, it's so good, yeah. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing? The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want to stand right line, do I will always take the fall? If I just do myself, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm dreaming through the night. I wonder what it was that made me want you. She couldn't understand what made me hard. She's climbing in and out my open window. I'm laying here alone and cold and drained. Yeah. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. And now you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. And when the moon is full and the wolves were held, just swam across looks upon the world that's dark and tangled. I never saw her turn her head in shame. She's standing out the open window. I'm lying here alone, cold and gray. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. Hey, you know you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. Well, we all took turns and you swallowed the world. I never realized they sat with us, man. And she said, I want more. Give me more disgusting stuff. A little bit of disgusting stuff. Disgusting stuff. Oh, you're making me disgusting stuff. A little bit of disgusting stuff. Give me more disgusting stuff. Yeah, a little bit of disgusting stuff.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilum filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
summer and fall, doesn't matter what season long. New York boy, troubled again. Well, times change, so do men. Don't you know the mindset? That's why you set me free.
on my telescope now. What's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? I do one thing right, do I make two things wrong? If I want that fine line, I will always take the fall. If I don't do them, I can hear from the right. I sleep all day long, and I'm dreaming through the night. Oh, I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. I'm feeling strong, my little lady. I'm gonna keep her moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop till I see the light. I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. You know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh, I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice, my little lady. She's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh,
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com. and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Deborah, things are becoming intense. I ripped my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell the tale of 1,000 lonely days. Yeah, she's a real thing. Yeah, only I can make a change. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, Deborah, I'm getting caught in the rain, standing here calling your name. Guess I got no one to blame. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, all the people turn and stare. Oh, it's a secret. Hey, let them see me. I don't care. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, if you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, say you want to be together. I'm feeling really guilty, but it feels so bad. Yeah, so good to be together. Get together. Oh, we can do it again. I'm tearing out my hair, 'cause I don't know when so good. You want to be together. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so good to be together. Yeah, so damn good. If you want to be together, it's so good, it's so good, yeah. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now?
Okay.
So what happened?
Reduction number 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah, check that out.
What the hell? Dan Higgins is Eric?
Oh, there you go. Way to go.
Double screen, double screen. What's up, everybody?
Wow.
That ruined my whole opening. I guess I'm really tired from all this smoking stuff. This is
I can barely handle one, Eric. Never mind two.
oh my goodness. What happened?
Look,
Why is
we got a picture-in-picture right now of Shawn on the first main screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah, there I am.
why
Yeah,
are
that's
you
nice. That's really cool.
but it
to
says
go, Dan.
Dan. That's Dan.
What's up, everybody? Eric's in the house.
All right, I'm gonna have a black background today, I guess. I don't know why that's happening, but you know, I'll have the black background tonight. But all right, we're late. I'm sorry. You know, we are here and we were busy yapping offline, and decided to finally join the show. So we're here. Welcome, Shawn. You know, welcome back to hanging out with us. And you know,
appreciate it. It's great to be back, guys. Yeah.
Oh
awesome.
yeah, you know, just you know, we're here. I mean, I don't know for how long tonight because my throat is just totally shot. It's shot, and my eyes are shot. You know, this is literally, you know, I did a show on COVID and did it fine, and this is totally destroying me. The constant smoking. I can't imagine what you're going through in Canada, but it can't be. You know, it's got to be worse than here. To be honest with you, it's got to be. But it's just a lot of. There was, like I was telling you offline. There's some sort of. I was watching it on the news. There's some sort of either high or low pressure that's pushing the smoke down in altitude, and it's just literally blanketing the Northeast right now, and it's just killing.
We're okay. We're okay right here. We're in Kitchener because we've got a wind that's happening, so it isn't as bad. They were originally on a scale of 10. They were estimating a 7 for today, and then they dropped it to a 4. So it wasn't that bad here today, but we've certainly been affected by the smoke. That's for sure. And all of the clear nights, we finally get clear nights, you know, multiple nights in a row, and you can't do anything because of the smoke haze. So
you can't do anything.
That's really unfortunate. I mean,
you know, we were lucky on the Northeast that we had a bunch of clear nights before the smoke hit us. You know, like literally like 5 or 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden there was a disaster.
I had a night or two in there that I was able to get something. It wasn't bad, actually. It was predicted to be worse than what it was, so I was able to get some more data on M101 and that, and I got it up to 20 hours, which was great. That was enough for me to work with, anyways. I mean, 20 hours at f3 on an 8-inch scope. That's a lot of data. So
plenty to call it, I think, and say, hey, let's see what I got. You know,
exactly.
Especially when you're grabbing photons at that. You know, that focal ratio.
That focal ratio, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. So even though at f3, what focal length are you at with that?
That's 600 millimeters, I think it is. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it's very fast. I mean, it's great. I'm actually getting better results with the reflector, this setup here, than I was getting with the refractors that cost 3-4 times as much. So.
Nice.
And yeah, in my opinion, anyways, I mean, like I think the images speak for themselves, really, but the results are quite phenomenal. And a lot of people shy away from reflectors because of the collimation issue and stuff like that. But you get an Ocal or something, makes it really simple to collimate. It gets it in the zone pretty good, anyways. And you get some really great results. I would really recommend, a reflector setup with a Nexus reducer flattener and stuff, because it's just phenomenal what you can pull off with it compared to the Everyone goes for the small wide field refractors, but I would really go for the 8-inch or 10-inch scope with that Nexus reducer on it and really collect those photons.
Yeah, because it won't take you as long, right? Because you're collecting so much light.
Doesn't take as long. Yeah, well, that's just it. Like I can shoot 10 hours, at f3 on the 8-inch, and that's really similar to shooting 30 hours with the refractor, the 100mm refractor. So it saves me a lot of time. I can actually do more imaging and get more objects in and stuff, which is great. So definitely something to consider if anyone's looking to switch up their imaging rig and stuff to look at that. Don't be afraid of the collimation. The collimation is not that bad. Once you understand it, once you get past that little bit of that learning curve, it really isn't that bad. It's pretty simple to do. And something like the Ocal there makes it so much easier to get it in the zone.
Eric, did you get yours back? Did I send you yours back? Yeah, I got yours back. Yeah, right. I gave it to you, Neve. But yeah, you know what? I haven't imaged with a Newtonian in a really long time. I went from Schmidt to refractor pretty quickly. But you're right with the collimation. Most of us, at least most of the people that have been in the hobby a while, most of you started, visually.
There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most people started visually and make the mistake that many people do and start with that 8-inch SE type things, or I started with the LX200 8-inch. But the whole thing. Oh wow, look, I'm in the background of Eric's screen. I just noticed that something's weird there. But yeah,
you're in the background on my screen.
Yeah, and oh man, something weird is going on with the setup today. But
that was really bad acting, Eric.
I know, right?
That was almost strange brew acting.
Psst. Yeah. No Oscar for you.
Yeah.
But a lot of us started with that Schmidt, right? And what did you have to do with the Schmidt? You had to collimate. You had to collimate, and most of us did what we called either before Batinov mask came out. We had a Hartmann mask, which was a disaster, and then before that we were just doing star tests, and we were just
trying to tweak,
getting the donut in the middle, right? That's what you're doing, and it's not hard. It's not difficult once you know.
Once you understand it, it's really simple to do, and it's quick to do. It doesn't take much time to get it, like I said, in the zone. So, but I mean, I started out with a Schmidt Cassegrain, and well, actually, that's not true. I actually started when I first got back into it. I started with a 10-inch reflector on an EQ6, and I couldn't get the damn thing to work properly, and I was really frustrated. So I actually took it back, and I got a CPC 800. And that was at f10, and I had an unmodified Canon 350 XT that I hooked up to it at f10, and I was trying to image with that. No auto guiding, nothing basically. Yeah, just 30-second exposures. It was a learning curve for sure. It was. I actually did get some images, but looking back at the time, I was thrilled. But looking back, they're pretty sad. So.
When you first start out, you're just like, oh damn, I took that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And then
I got that was me. I mean, with my 8-inch Schmidt, the 8SE, it's my first shot, just like you, Shawn. I have this 8-inch Schmidt 8SE, and I have my little Canon T3 or T3, and hooked that sucker up, and I caught M51. And I also caught the Owl Nebula.
Okay. Yeah.
And these were like 20-second shots. No guiding. I didn't even know about guiding yet. I just basically slewed from the hand controller, because I did like the 2-star alignment, slewed over to like M51, said, okay, I think it's there. Click. And I was using like backyard EOS.
Oh yeah.
To get started. And I was like, and I ran into, the house, like with Rob, telling her, Robin, I took it. Look at this. I'm showing her, like M51 in the Owl Nebula. And she just looked like that. Oh, that's so sweet, honey.
You keep going, sweetie.
You keep going. I'm so proud of you. Look at you. And
what is that? What is that?
What is it? That's a galaxy.
I love it. I love it when I used to do a lot of visual. I used to drag out my 18-inch, my big monster obsession scope, and I would go, babe, come on, you got to see this. This is so cool. And I'm doing it from Long Island, and so you see M51, you can actually start to see with an 18-inch, you can actually start to see a little bit of, you can't see a lot. It's a little biter of a smudge with the swirly, and it's kind of cool. It's cool to me. I'm like, yo, this is cool. I can actually see some dust. And Jen comes over, looks in, says, that's nice. Boop, boop. Walks away. And it's like, it's like it's when you realize what you're looking at visually, and this is something that we don't really talk about on the show. You're with your own eye and without aid of a camera or something that's much more efficient than your eye, really, if you think about it. You think, and the cheapest, crappiest digital CMOS camera that you would throw in the garbage is still more sensitive than what your eye can do. And
exactly.
You sit there and you look and you actually see with your own eyes a nebula, a galaxy, or something like that, even if it's just a smudge of things, the little things like the Andromeda galaxy from Long Island just looks like a diffuse flashlight. That's what it looks like from Long Island. And you're like, oh wow, you're seeing another galaxy, and look how big it is, and when you see it, you can take pictures of it, like the picture Shawn has directly, I think, above his head right there, the Andromeda galaxy.
The Andromeda,
and
M31.
When you're able to take a picture of that later on, when you get a bigger appreciation for what you can do with technology, it's amazing. You take pictures like myself, Eric, Shawn, we all take, and people in the chat, you all take them too. You could appreciate it now when you start seeing, wow, now I get something 1,000 times the power of my eye helping me out. Then you get great pictures like that. So
yeah, for sure.
No me DSI. That is like the death thing. That thing is horrible.
You better send Charity her t-shirt.
Oh shoot. All right.
You know what?
I'll do it tomorrow.
Send it to me. I'll send it to Charity. I'll make sure she gets it.
You know what? It's not the issue of sending it. It's just me remembering. It's just so bad. I'm a mess this week. It's been a horrible week. I apologize.
Who's all in the chat tonight?
Oh, we got a lot of people. We got the usual suspects here.
The usual suspects?
Yep, the usual suspects, Charity Newman. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Newman. Yeah. That's awesome.
We got Dave,
Tom,
Dennis, Kevin's in here.
Mark Ellis is in there.
Oh yeah. Norm is there. Mark Ellis. Yeah. Charity.
Dennis.
Brian from Cloudy, Oregon. Hey, Brian, how's it going, buddy?
Starlancer's out there. Bob's out there. MX Quattro. My buddy Mark is out there. Dave Schaefer. Everybody's out there. So welcome to the show, everybody. This is really an impromptu kind of night. Eric, I know that you wanted to talk a little bit about something. We were talking a little bit about it before we came on regarding some Halo issues that you've been having.
I've been, it's basically it's about processing, and I don't have them now, but previously, but I decided to start processing some old data, and a lot of this old data was with my Rasa 8, so very fast, and they are, and depending on the filters that you use, especially some of the older, maybe some of the older version 1, the coatings and things like that. You end up with halos on these, right? And especially on the brightest stars. I mean, if you're shooting, say, the horse head all intact, you're dealing with. If you're dealing with the veil, you're dealing with SIG 53. If I believe that's the right one. If you're dealing with the jellyfish,
it's 52.
Yeah, 52. Yeah, 52. And if you're dealing with this, if you're dealing with like the ghost of Cassiopeia, you've got you've got a really bright one. You've got so many, especially when you're dealing with nebulas. Those nebulas are basically born from these young stars, these bright young stars, So you have to deal with, some of these with some of these issues depending on, the equipment that you have. And with me, I am, like I said, I've been dealing with trying to correct, some old data that I haven't, even seen or even processed in such a long time. But for example, let me, if I can, bring up my screen here.
What filter were you using? Was this one shot color or mono?
No, these were mono. This was
mono?
at a time when I was using when I had my 294 mono.
Yeah.
And I was using
was it a ZWO?
Astrometric 12 nanometer.
ZWO, there's your first problem.
I'm sorry?
Hey, you were using a ZWO, there's your first problem.
Yeah. It was the camera, but the filters, you got the astrometric filters. So it'll probably be a little bit easier for me just to share my screen and show you a few that I'm
sure. Yeah, let us have a look.
And let me go here. And if you guys can see my screen.
Not yet.
Just waiting on you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you're seeing me. Duh. Entire screen share.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. There we are.
There we are. Yeah, great. Good.
So
you got some nasty halos going on there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So you've got this one here with the Western Veil, of course.
Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
This one with the jellyfish that I was actually working on, which is it's much better than the original. If I show you the original, let me open up a copy of this guy.
You said this was monochrome data?
Yes, this was monochrome data.
What filters were you using? The ZWO filters?
No. These were astrometric.
Astronomic.
Astronomic filters.
Must have been original series.
Yes.
It must have been.
Yes. And if I'm just trying to grab one here, if I can, and let me stretch this guy. So here,
yeah, oh yeah,
I was working on it, and I was working with it, to do a little bit, I had a little bit of success with it. Not ideally, what I was hoping for, but it is much better than the original.
Right? That's going to be very difficult to correct, Eric. That's
and they are.
Yeah.
And even if using star reduction and
even if you're using Bill Blanchins, that's still those are really serious halos. You're going to have a really hard time trying to fix that. You may be a situation where it just is what it is, and you got to accept it.
Yep. And so that's basically what I've been doing is like with this, getting it down to something like this, and and I actually. With the with AstroPixel processor, if I bring it up here, and let me get this guy. There are here, if I go to cancel, sorry,
Jesus, woke me up.
Sorry, let me get that. So if you go to the tools, right? There is a spot here in the newer version of AstroPixel processor 2.0 that they have a star reducer. So, and you can go in here and I can select one of my guys here. So I'm going to select one out of here, and we're just going to go with number 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick one. So I'm gonna pick this one. So you have these, you're fighting stuff like this, like this really bright halo. This is just in the middle of it getting processed, and I would have to come here, and you can actually, there is a star removal tool within AstroPixel processor, and you can correct your star halos and corrections of, star radius. So basically what I was working with, and I was tinkering around with this, I had to max out because this was so bad, maxing out the, correcting the star halo, correcting the radius, and reducing the intensity quite a bit. I was probably going, I think, down to 10%. And the K noise, and then you can simply click calculate, and then it'll analyze the stars, and then it'll begin its work. And this could take, like a minute or so, but and we'll see what happened in here, or what it's looking like. But it's just the battle of this that I was trying to learn and trying to figure out how I can minimize this. And like you were saying, Shawn, with certain times, with certain, situations, especially these were shot at f2, and some of these were like 30-second or a minute. You have to really take into account, like we were talking about earlier, like with your Newtonian being an f3, and yours is an 8 entry using a 10-inch Newtonian. They're light buckets. Same thing with my Rasa. So many times it's about learning what your equipment can do and how not to overdo it. So something like this, I would probably have been best to have done, like, say, maybe 2-second shots. Something maybe at least.
Yeah. You're still dealing. You're still at f2 though. You're still at f2 with those filters though.
Yeah, but the combination of that speed and those filters is not good.
It's not ideal at all.
Yeah. So in this instance, and unfortunately, sometimes the pocketbook determines the filters you have. So
yes, it does.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because if to get decent filters that are going to be doing the halo reduction that with the coatings that are necessary, you may be spending $300, $400, $500 or more on one filter.
Exactly.
Even the I've been using the Optolong 3 nanometers, and I love them. I think they're great. And I haven't had an issue. I can't wait to see. I know, Shawn, I know you got. Did you get the Player One anti-halo stuff yet?
I got the Player One gear, the anti-halo.
They came out with anti-halo filters, supposedly.
Oh no! I don't have filters. I just got the camera, the filter wheel,
I saw your picture all over the place with all the stuff. I was like, oh, he's got everything. I said, Shawn, how come I got nothing? Shawn, come on.
Yeah. you and Ron, you and Ron both. You're both saying the same thing. Come on, hook me up.
Yeah, well,
no, I'm making the move. I was a QHY user for many years, a long time, and nothing wrong with QHY. Very very high quality build and good cameras and stuff. But I'm interested in moving over to Player One and giving them a try and seeing what results. I've heard good things about the Player One cameras and other gear, and I think it's going to prove very good in the end. I know Luke.
So let me ask, what made you make the jump, or was it just to try something new? Or
it was. I'm always interested in trying something new, but I was talking to Luke at Lucamatico there on YouTube, and I hooked him up with Jessica there at Optolong for testing the new f2 filter that they've got, the L Extreme f2, I believe it was. Yeah. And I was just talking about, like, as a YouTuber, as someone who is an influencer and whatnot, I wasn't really getting a lot of response from QHY the last couple of years. They were sort of non-existent in terms of providing anything for me to work with, and so I reached out to Player One to see if they were interested in having me test some of their equipment and review it, and they were. And Shawn there, he sent me they had a meeting and stuff to discuss it, and he ended up sending me all this gear to try out. So that was really fantastic.
I know that Luca Manico, I actually spoke to him as well after he put out that big video on Player One. I said, hey, you know, and you know, I said, you know, I'm a dealer in Player One cameras now, so you know, I said, well, you know, if you're thinking about anything, let me know. I know he's got his own stuff going on, and he's like, oh yeah, let me know what you think, because I'm interested to know what you think as well, because there's not a lot of people that know of or use Player One. They're not necessarily new to the game either. They've been around a while.
No, they've been around a while. They're more well known over in the UK and Europe than they are over in North America. They're trying to penetrate the North American market a little more. So this is where, like, we've got Ontario Telescope, Steve Malia, actually. He is the Canadian dealer for Player One in Canada, and he also is. He's also the dealer for Player One in the UK as well. Interesting enough, but you know, they're trying to penetrate the market, and it was a good combination to, you know, get involved with them, bring some awareness to their products, and test them out, review them, and they've got some, you know, really good images that are being produced with the Player One cameras, and they've got a great lineup of cameras too, not just for deep sky, they've got for planetary as well, and those ones are pretty phenomenal. So
they got, and I love the design of not only the camera, like it's you know, and that front axis, I'm sorry, the was it the rear axis tilt plate? You know, that you could actually use when it's on the camera. You know, as opposed to some other people that put it, you know, the push pulls on the front where you can't get to them.
You can't get to them. Exactly.
So it's real. That's only one of the things. Every person that I've spoken to that has Player One and has used Player One has not said anything bad about them.
Exactly. I haven't heard anything bad about it. So I've got to get it set up. I mean, with all the smoke haze that we've got going on, I wasn't going to change anything. With, you know, we're coming to last quarter. I wasn't going to change anything, but with all the smoke haze, might as well take it apart. You know, I can't do anything anyways with the clear nights that we got. So
nope.
Got to take it apart, and I got to do the unboxing video first though. So I got to get around to that. I got a new arm for the camera that goes overhead that will help, so we can do multiple camera takes at the same time. Basically, doing an unboxing video. Yeah. So it should make it a little easier than what I was trying to do before, because then people can see things better with that perspective. So yeah, got to get around to it. Got to open it up and get going on stuff and that. Just time, just so busy with teaching the Pics site, and that's all. I got so many people that are interested and wanting me to help them and provide my expertise on that end of it. So you know, juggling like I said to you earlier, Dan, just juggling the time zones. Time zones are just crazy, you know. Like I got to teach in the evening because, you know, it's next day for them. Sometimes, you know, in Japan or Australia and stuff like that. So it gets pretty tricky, and I've just been bogged down with it. Haven't had a lot of time to focus on the YouTube end of it, but hoping to get back into it. I probably won't do as many as Quiv is doing. I don't know where he gets his I don't know where he gets his time or his ideas from, but the guy's pumping one out every 3 hours or something, it seems. So
he's incredible, man.
He's got a lot of energy. He is. He's really
high energy, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I'm gonna get back into it. I'll probably just do a couple videos a month for the YouTube end of it, and do more work with the Pics site tutoring and stuff like that, because I'm really enjoying that. You know, it's great to see people progress. You know, the students that I have, you know, when they first come to me, and then you know, months later, they're getting some really phenomenal results on that, and so it's really nice to be able to see that, you know, and to help people in that manner. Really enjoy it.
If I ever get some real data again, maybe you and I could get together and do some
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
because
I'll just charge you double. I'll charge you double what I do.
You know what? It's worth it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Hey, listen, I've been a student of Ron's for like the past couple of years, hence the green that I get
Yep.
made fun of all the time.
Green. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, going across the bottom, if you're reading across the bottom, Helena
Elena. Yep.
decided on a date. July 29th is the date for Helena. So
Okay.
there you go.
Great.
Awesome.
So,
Yep. Yeah, she's great. I had her on one of my live streams one time, and she's great to talk with. Very funny.
I'm thinking about putting one together. The ladies of astronomy, and I want to get Helena.
Yeah.
I want to get
Yep.
Amy. I want to get
Stacey.
Molly. I want to get Astrostace again.
Yep.
Maybe 2 more people, and just get them all on and just BS about it, because
I think it would be fantastic.
Billy has a question for you, Shawn. Where do you get your prints done in the background? Where'd you get them done?
Oh, I got them done at a company in Canada called bestcanvas.ca. And they are good prices, and the quality is really fantastic. I was looking around for different places to print, and I just happened to come across this one. They were in Canada, so that worked for me. And I uploaded some files on that just as a test to see what I'd get, and I was really impressed with it. So I got some more made up in that, and they do metal prints as well, and all sorts of stuff. It's not just canvas. So I just happened to go with the canvas for my particular needs. That's all. But yeah,
those are all canvas behind you.
Yeah, that's all canvas. Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting some of the metal prints done. Actually, I'm going to be doing that. I just haven't gotten around to doing that.
What is it? Bestcanvas.ca.
Bestcanvas.ca. Yeah.
There you go. I just put it in the chat for some people.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, and if you're in the U.S., one of the places that a lot of people use in the U.S. is a Bay Photo.
That's right.
Is what I've used in the past, and gotten some good metal prints from them too. So, try both. We got people from Canada watching, we got people from the U.S. watching. So, whatever you decide to go on, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, other news on my end, I started, cleaning up a little bit. So the bar looks a lot nicer, at least a little bit cleaner than it has been the past few weeks.
It does.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's actually there's things that are actually off. And shut up, you. So yeah, I was thinking about working on the SEM 60 today, but just life got in the way, because I ended up getting, my degreaser and my grease and everything, and I was ready to do the tune-up and all that. So, but maybe we'll see how the weather looks this weekend, and if it's not promising or what have you, then maybe I'll take the mount down and then I'll bring it in here. And because Iaptron did send me instructions on how to take out the RA gear as well as the worm. So that was cool. So I'm going to give this a shot and try to do a little bit of cleanup and tune up on this myself. And hopefully it all works out. They did say if I wanted to send it in, I could send it in and they would tune it up for $300. So
300 plus shipping.
Yeah, 300 plus shipping.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Yeah.
So
both
another
ways.
300 shipping.
So basically, it would have ended up. And I would pay for shipping, and it would have been, because I was calculating everything. It would be basically $400.
$400 for just the shipping, or
no, because I added up everything because I have a UPS account now. So for ground it was $50 with weight, because the mount itself and all the weight. Because when Chris sent it to me, he gave me the box and it has the weight on it, which is basically like 45-50 pounds.
That's
and then
not that's not as bad as I thought. Okay.
and then the dimensions. I plugged in all the
It
dimensions.
just sounded very cheap at $50. Where's it going to? Where's Ioptron?
Massachusetts.
It's halfway across the country for you. So I mean, you know, it's just huh.
So yeah,
Mark
so
Mark wanted to know if that grease is cold weather grease.
I believe it is. It's this is the lithium, the Lucas White. I believe it is for both. You can use it also.
What's the temperature rating on it?
I'm looking here. This actually, it doesn't say give us this temperature rating. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, you might want to look it up because you get cold up there.
Yes. So good call. And I haven't even opened it up yet, so I could always return it back to the store. So yeah, so they say it's used in, you know, in vehicles and contractor equipment and all of that stuff. So I'll just have to do a quick.
Yeah, just that's a good point. You might want to just make sure about the.
That is a very good point because I did not think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So before you get all of a sudden, you know, December and lock up your gears, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then you really got a tracking problem.
Yeah, yes. I've actually got to go and redo my grease in my mount because it's getting frozen actually in the winter when it gets down to -10 here Celsius. It locks up completely in the RA. The deck is fine, but the RA, no, it gets frozen solid. So what I did this year, well, obviously with it being winter, I wasn't going to take it apart at that point. And that I just left it. But I got a heating blanket. And I wrapped it around and turned that on full, and it actually worked. So I was able to still use it, which was great. But yeah, I definitely got to get around to doing that. You know what though, I should really be looking at a harmonic mount. You know, just getting a different mount entirely because the one that I'm using is actually, I mean, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. It's a workhorse. It's still going, chugging away, but it's a 2006 model actually. So it's getting up there in age, but it's still performing really well. It's a testament to the mounts that they were building back then, the quality of them. I haven't used a newer one, so I don't know what the belt drives and whatnot. I don't know what those are like in terms of quality in that. From what I understand, they don't carry the same payload. The older ones can carry more weight than the new ones do, but yeah, it certainly is a workhorse in that. So it's one of those things that it's almost hard to give up because it still works so well. You know, you don't, you know, why fix it if it isn't broke, sort of thing.
My Atlas that I had for many years it was rated for 44, and I had 37 on it for 8 years and never did anything to it. And it went up to 10 years, and then I started to see it kind of acting a little funny, and so I got it hypertuned by Deep Space. Got it hypertuned by then, shipped it back, worked fine, sold it, you know, so I sold it as a hypertuned mount. So, and then I got the EQ6R, then the 8R, then the Pegasus, then, you know, so
yeah, no, I'm glad you guys mentioned that. So it basically says right now it can handle up to only down to maybe 0 degrees Fahrenheit, but up to 300.
Yeah, but because of the machinery aspect of it, you need something for a little bit more colder weather than that. You don't want to. You get below 0, you're screwed.
So definitely. So yeah, this will probably end up going back. So thank you guys for mentioning that. That's something I did not consider when I was.
That was, I believe, Mark Ellis that said that.
So someone was mentioning. I'm looking here. A bio-based white lithium grease is good for. That could be good for 40 degrees below.
There you go.
So
you ain't getting that low unless if it's what's that movie? Tomorrow, whatever.
Oh, the day after
tomorrow. Yeah. You know, you spit and it freezes in the air. So But yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward. I didn't get not even close to as much data that you got on M101, but you know, because of the gosh darn telephone wires. But
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
still
I
fighting
got
it.
about 12 hours with the AP scope on it.
That's not bad.
So
That's good. Yeah.
I mean, that'll be fine because I'm doing filtered. I'm not doing one shot colors. So you know, I get, you know, it's something we talk about quite a bit was that, you know, when you're doing mono and you're doing RGB, you do get a little, you know, benefit from that, from
Hmm.
from only taking that one wavelength of light in at
Yeah.
a time.
Well,
So
you're using the full sensor as opposed to a
yeah,
quarter of the sensor, so there's
that
a huge benefit right there.
absolutely. So so I'm able to do that type of, I guess, RGB shooting with the mono camera. I'm able to do that a little bit more often than I thought because tell you the one shot color camera in Portal 8 is it's you could do it, but it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. Yeah.
You need a lot of data and a lot of short exposures.
I noticed that there's a lot of people that are looking to switch or maybe stick with, but almost switch back to one shot color just because of the dual narrowband filters and the tri-band
Sure.
filters and whatnot.
Yep.
And and the fact that you can do the faux show
Yep.
images, you know, with the one shot color. But you know, that's really a bad direction, in my opinion, to go. You don't get the same quality of data with the one shot color that you do if you're shooting monochrome. So um, I usually don't recommend it. I've had people ask me, you know, what they think they should buy or what they, you know, what
Yep.
direction they should move in, and I always tell them, you know what, just jump into monochrome and start imaging. You
I
know,
agree.
learn it. It isn't really that hard. It's a little more work, obviously, in acquisition, and it's more work in processing. But that's just initially. Just the initial processing phase is a little more work. After that, it's very similar to processing a one-shot color image for the most part. So
Yeah.
I'm just encouraging everyone to do monochrome because that's you just get a better bang for your buck with it. I think, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of people say, you know, you live in New York and you should really do one shot color, and you know, because you know you don't have the time. Get a fast scope with one shot color, and you. I I've been shooting mono for about 10 years now, and it's I would never go back to a color. I would never go back to a color unless if
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to a Bortle 2-3 sky
Yeah,
and
that's a different story.
yeah.
Yeah, but most of us aren't in that situation. That's a
No,
very rare situation, right?
no,
So,
like I'm going to Cherry Springs, right?
yeah,
Well, I may not be going
you may not be
thanks to
going. That's right.
Canada, but sorry, Shawn. but you know, I was playing all day at work today. I was playing that South Park tune that I sent you, the Blame Canada tune. But but
Uh-huh.
you know, if I'm hoping this blows out, at least blows out east of Pennsylvania by the time
Mhm.
the start party happens, and it's a week from Thursday. It starts, so a week from tomorrow. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed on that because if it's not, I guess I'll be stuck on Long Island, and then my next star party
Yeah,
will be the
it's hard to know
Nebraska
what's going to
star
happen.
party in July.
Yeah,
So
there's over 2,000 fires burning in Canada right now.
how, man, how does that
Gosh.
happen?
I can't remember the
Was
exact
it
number,
just
21,
dry, or was it?
but
Is it just dry and it just
just dry
ignited?
situations. Yeah, just dry situations. A lot of forest fires are actually started by lightning strikes
Yeah.
Yeah.
within the forest. Yeah, yeah. It's not
Wow.
necessarily man-made fires or anything like that, but just dry conditions, and then you get a strike of lightning, and bam, you know, you've got a major fire. But yeah, there was over. It was somewhere between 2,100 and 2,200 fires that are burning
Wow.
currently in
Oh
Canada,
my
across
God.
Canada, from BC all the way over. So
That's
Wow.
pretty
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's
crazy.
insane. So I'm not really unfortunately I don't I don't know what it's going to be like in terms of the smoke haze and when it's going to clear anytime soon. You
Mhm.
know, I got my fingers crossed that maybe it will, but it's not looking good right now, that's for sure. So
Right.
Hopefully, hopefully it does improve, but it'll take some time, I guess, to clear everything out.
Yeah, there,
and
there was a question out there that I threw an answer out to. Figure to get you guys in on it. A gentleman out here, I believe it was, who is it? I missed it. There it is. Dennis. What size of battery would you use to run an EQ6R, an ASI Air, and a 294 MC for 6 hours? How many amp hours would you use?
Who's that for?
That is for Dennis.
Is that a question for me?
No, it's for anybody. I already threw out an answer out there with my
Oh,
recommendation out
okay.
there.
I didn't know.
I threw out a
I
30
actually-
amp hour.
Yeah,
I
Eric's
ran
probably
this-
got a better insight into that.
I mean, I ran this one in New Mexico for like 8 hours.
And
You
what's the amperage? What's the amp hours on that? Not watt hours, amp hours.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
I haven't had to deal with that in so many years now since
Yeah,
I've just
so
imaged
so
my phone.
like those eco flows right there is usually about 500 watt hours. And
This is 720.
all right, that was
720
close.
watt hours. 720 watt hours, but I'm looking at the amp hours. It doesn't say. And so I'd have to calculate it, because with my mount, because I used this with my AVX mount, and
But that should be more than enough. 720 watt
and
hours.
my 294 one shot, and my ASI Air.
Yeah,
and the
720
heater.
watt hours is just what I said, 30 amp hours. So
Sure.
so 30 amp hours will do it. Well, yeah, the goal, I have the goal 0-1500, and that lasts me days with 2 rigs running.
Yeah.
I was running the EQM35 with a Red Cat ASI Air 183 on it on one, and the FRA400 on EQ6R with my QHY 268 and the filter wheel and the guide camera, plus my hotspot was being charged.
Mm-hmm.
And it ran the entire Cherry Springs Star Party and still had about 40% left.
Yeah.
But that's a big monster though. That's a 50 pound battery.
Yeah.
So it's 1500 watt hours, which is about 60 or so amp hours. So basically, if you want to know the math, really all you got to kind of do is know the amperage of your equipment.
Yeah.
Times it by how many hours you want to use, and that would be how many amp hours you need. That's really all you got to do. Yeah. So if your focuser is less than a half an amp, and your camera's 1 amp, and your mount draws 3 maybe at slew, something like that. And then your filter wheel maybe that's another half an amp. So maybe you're about 5 or 6 amps, maybe. So 6 amps divided by 30 would be 5 hours.
Yeah, Starlin's is saying the average. He's saying the 2 to 3 amp hour draw is for like a standard AP setup. I mean, like I said, with me using the Eco River, I had it going for like 8 hours, but then I'm sure I could have left it going maybe a little bit longer. But it was morning, and I just grabbed it and I threw it and started letting it charge again. I mean, I was at an air, I was at a house, so I just let it charge.
Yeah, again. I mean, you just want to make sure you have enough amps. Yeah. I know Starland. So you said 2 to 3 amp draw. No, you're right. 2 to 3 amp draw is right when you're just tracking.
Yes.
However, you want to make sure you have enough amperage for the slew. And that's the only thing I just want you to throw out there, because many mounts out there slew at about 3 amps or more, depending on your mount. I mean, my EQ8R slews at 5. It'll peak to 5 amp. But then when I'm just tracking, it'll go under 1. So, I mean, as you're slewing, it takes a lot more to do it. You just want to make sure you have enough power to do that. And it's only for a short period of time, so it'll average out, because you're only slewing what, maybe twice or 3 times a night. You know, if you go into more of the multiple targets, you know, most of your time is going to be in tracking mode. So it's going to use a significantly less amount of amperage, well, when you're just in tracking mode.
Yeah. And especially in like with the ASI Air, you have everything. You have the ASI Air, you know, that's not taking up much, and the cameras, even with it, with your imaging and everything, you're not going to use up a lot. Trust me. Yeah, 2 to 3 amp hours, you know, for that amount of time. That sounds pretty right on. Yeah. 5 amps for 30 seconds, so that's almost no hit to battery, and pretty much any light battery can put out more than that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Use
totally.
the new Ford electric truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the Maverick. Yeah, the light.
Just make sure you keep the lights off. Yeah, that's all. You know.
Yeah,
just
that's it. That's it. So yeah, I mean, right now for me, I'm gonna try to see how things behave with this M60 tonight. I actually, and I highly doubt this makes any bit of difference, but I swapped out counterweights. So I'm gonna see if that makes any bit of a difference. I highly doubt if it would make any kind of a difference with how the RA is acting, you know, with with tracking. But
are you still having your egg-shaped star problem? Is that
yes,
what,
yeah. It's still, you know, it's still the, you know, the vertical, and it's all of them. So it's definitely, you know, when I was speaking with you know, with Dan and Pete, you know, they're definitely telling me it's a tracking issue, it seems, on the RA. So I mean, it's all of them because they're not necessarily slanting, but if they are slanting, they're all going the same direction.
Same direction
From one end, from one end of the image all the way down to the other end. So, or they're vertical.
Are you off-axis guiding, or are you?
No, I was initially, but then I decided to take off the off-axis, and now I'm using my 70mm guide scope. So I'm going to give that a shot.
Solid. It's solid.
It
like
seems to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And
why a 70 though? Is there a reason why you're using such a big one?
I mean, for the Edge 8, I mean, it was a good it's a good match. It's a small, you know, guide scope.
Yeah, this is for the
Amazon,
Edge 8.
Amazon brand, Amazon brand guide scope. So but yeah, for 70mm, that was a good match for it.
Yeah,
for the 8-inch Schmidt.
I would really look at the mounting of that guide scope and see if there's any flex at all. Even a minute amount could have a major impact on the image like that. I'm trying to think, is there a way that you can secure it even further?
Because I actually have it secured with AMD D clamps onto the top dove rail, onto the top rail. So it's clamped onto the rail, you know. So I have two of them, two of the clamps of the D style clamps on both on the scope, and then I have it clamped right onto the top rail.
Get some duct tape and tape the crap out of the damn thing.
Somebody just said, Charity just said that. So
electric tape. Yeah, hey, I've got a lot of gaffers tape and all other sort of stuff, so why not?
you know, it's the weirdest problem that you're having, and what the weirdest thing is that it's been such long term that, you know, it's just you've been trying everything with it.
And it's just really weird because it was kind of weird initially that when I was looking at it, that I thought it was a PhD and Nina thing. But then I started noticing it when I was also now using the ASI Air.
Yeah, so it's
because
definitely something.
initially
It's something to do either to the mount or the train. I mean, it's one or the other at that point.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know,
So I honestly, it's a head scratcher, which is one of the reasons why I was thinking of, spending, the money, 300, $400 and just sending it on an app, trying to get him to go ahead and tune it up.
maybe worth it. If it's only $100 to ship there and back, you might want to think about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean,
To me, that sounds a little bit light on the shipping costs, but I don't know.
Yeah.
that's
what I'm thinking too. But if that
and like I
is the
said,
shipping cost, do it.
yeah, I was really surprised because, and it was kind of weird because, like I said, I have a UPS account because I send a lot of my stuff that I sell or via PayPal or do a lot of that stuff. So I have a UPS account, so I get that PayPal
little discount.
Because doing it retail, it would have been like $137 if I went to the UPS store.
It'd be how much?
Like 137 or $140 one way.
They ripped you off. That's too much.
That was the UPS store.
Yeah.
If I was,
Okay.
It's not just me getting quotes. So but when I went and I used my own account, it was $50. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as So
my UPS store doesn't like me because what I do is I print up all my labels at home and then I drop all the stuff off to them. It's like I could do USPS, FedEx, and UPS all there, and I just dump it.
Right. Yeah, the tracking rate, Ernie, I'm at a 0.5 tracking rate or guiding rate. Because I can choose either up to from 0.5 up to 1.
Yeah.
As far as my tracking rate. And it's always been at 0.5. So like I said, I'm gonna give it a go here and see if there's maybe any type of a difference. Who knows? You said, it could be something, between, chair and keyboard that's causing it. So
yeah. The what is it? The ID10.
Yep, the ID Tango. Yep,
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And I've trust me, I've gotten hazed when I was in the military with that.
Hey, listen, how many times have we had issues, and all of us, I'm sure, have had, where it was just like you just had that moment where you're like, like lens cap fever, so just sit there and forget that the lens cap is on, wondering why your field is all dark.
Exactly, Charity, you're exactly right. Nut behind the wheel loose. Exactly. I was the kid, going in when I was in the military, and they had me go out and try to find prop wash. So if you, Charity might relate with that. So, but you need the ID10T form, to check out, to get some prop wash. This is special. You need that. It's a special form.
yeah. If you want to know what the form is, just write it out. It's ID10T. You'll figure it out.
K9P.
Oh my God, K9P.
Go to the files of K9P.
Yeah, Jerry, we actually spoke about that issue with the fan, and right, we spoke about that on one of the shows.
We did talk about that a little bit.
And you unplugged the fan, and you still saw the same issue.
Saw the same thing.
So it wasn't the fan causing vibrations and making the stars elongated. There has been reports of that with certain cameras from ZWO that happening. But that wasn't the case in Eric's case. So that's been tested and debunked on his side.
So it's just, like I said, it's just frustrating.
Speaking of debunking, did you see the new report of the UFO that was right by Prince Harry's house in England? Did you
No.
did you see
No, I
that?
didn't see that.
Oh, you got to look it up. It looks great. They said, oh, it's got writing on it and everything and all this stuff. This was like the day before NASA was putting out their big UFO report.
Uh-huh.
And
Where did you see this, in the National Enquirer?
oh, like the Star or something. I don't know, but
Star or something?
you know, something like that. But it was funny. Is I mean, if I can find it, I'll let you know. I'll look at it. But it was funny. It was like there's like, oh yeah, the day before, right by Meghan and Harry's house, there's this big UFO right there.
So you guys were one of the last shows there. You guys were talking about Nina and stuff like that. What was I wasn't able to tune.
Oh
into
yeah,
that.
the sequencer. Yes.
Oh yeah.
What were you talking about there? Just talking about the advanced sequencer? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about everything. We went over the different tabs, you know, really basic stuff, and then we started talking about. Then there were more questions out there because I guess the audience at the time was a little bit more advanced users, so there was advanced questions, and so we were talking about how my advanced sequencer was set up, and basically we started talking about how to incorporate the Giotto and the Alto automatic flat panel into a sequence.
Into a sequence, right? Okay. Yeah.
So, and that's when Shawn yelled at me and started doing sky flats. So, so sky flats, just do sky flats.
I'm a sky flats person. They just work so well. I don't really like flat panels, but you know, some people get great results with it. I just happen to be really good at doing sky flats, and they work well. They're easy for me to do. Nina makes it really simple to do them, and I just think they're the most accurate snapshot of your optical train. Personally, that's my opinion, but I highly recommend sky flats over anything. And I don't use a t-shirt or anything like that. I just point straight up into the blue sky, and tracking is off, and start taking sky flats. I usually start with the H alpha and the S2 first, and then I have to wait a little bit to get the O3, and then I do, after that, once it gets a little darker, I do the red, green, and blue, and the luminance. And the luminance is last, always last. But that's one thing in Nina that I wish I actually had tabled that as a potential feature to incorporate into Nina, was the ability to rearrange in the flats wizard the order of the filters, because just manually, so that you could set it up so that I could set it up to just start firing off the H alpha and the S2 first. But I have to do it manually right now, right? I have to I just have to select the H alpha and the S2 and do those, and then I have to deselect them, and
you'd have to deselect and run the whole thing all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Where if I could just reorder the order of the filters there, then I could actually just have it, just click go basically and let it do its own thing, which would really be great.
Even when you do the multi-mode, it's still going to go in numerical order of your filters.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You could turn on and off each one individually, but other than that, you can't you'd have to do like you said, if you're HOS at the end and you're doing hydrogen and 6-7 or 5-6-7 or 6-7-8, depending on how many filter wheel spots you have, you'd have to turn on the HA and the O, leave everything off, and then stop the flat wizard, turn off those two and turn on the rest, and do the whole thing all over again.
Exactly.
So it would be a nice thing if you just kind of click and drag.
Just drag basically everything and reorder, and that it's never. They said to put it in. I can't remember what they said in the Discord somewhere, to put it in there as a feature request, but I wasn't able to find where to put it, so I just sort of abandoned the idea. But I actually had posed it to the developer. What's his name? Can't think of his name offhand.
I forgot.
Nina developer.
Yeah.
Anyways, the main guy behind it, I had proposed it to him and that, and he was the one that said to put it in the feature request. But
Isidro or
yeah, I can't remember.
I'm screwing it up. I can picture it on the Discord channel the way his name is. Isaborn?
Yeah, something like that.
Isaborn, something like that. Yeah. So but that's not his name. That's his handle on
No, that's his handle. Yeah.
That's
exactly.
his handle on Discord.
But
oh,
but hey, you know what? If anyone is listening that's in Nina development,
there you go.
You know, consider that being able to reorder those filters in the Sky Flat Wizard, because or in the Flats Wizard, I guess you should say, but because that would be really handy to be able to do that.
And here you go. Here's the UFO and this is actually confirmed by NASA as of like 2 days ago, that something is there. We don't know what it is, but something is there.
Yeah.
But
there's
the picture of it.
section of the
it does. It looks like the saucer section of the Enterprise. There you go.
Yeah.
you know who was behind the wheel, right? You know Troy was behind the wheel. So but that's it. And that's a New York Post tweet. So if it's a New York Post, it's got to be real, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So that's that.
That's funny,
Hey, we'll see. Hey, you never know. Maybe in our lifetime, aliens will come either destroy us or help us from destroying ourselves. So hopefully one or the other. So I can't do anything. I mean, I got to show you. See if I could pull it up real quick. The picture I started to show Shawn. I can't. My voice is really going. Yeah, it's bad. I've been also talking. I've been teaching since 7:30 this morning, and I've been talking all day since then. So now I'm on 15 hours of pretty much straight talking. If I can find it real quick, and just to show you an example of what I see sometimes, if I could grab, here it is. So here is what the sun looked like this evening. From my house.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking hazy, dude. I mean,
that's crazy.
That's bad. Yeah, that's some serious.
I was able
haze.
to actually with the smoke haze, the sun rising, it was low to the horizon, but with the smoke haze and that, I was actually able to just use my cell phone and zoom in on it, take some photos. You could actually see, really fascinating that, I'm using a cell phone and a zoom lens on, a zoom on a cell phone, and I could see a sunspot on the surface.
Right.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, and I was just sitting out back. I was sitting out back on the patio, having a coffee, and it was early morning, and that sun was rising, and it was really smoky, sky and that. And I pointed the phone towards the sun and zoomed in, and sure enough, there's a sunspot, taking a photo. I can't show it to you right now because I don't have it on the computer. It's on my phone, but really fascinating what you can do with, technology that we've got today. Who would have thought like that was,
especially if you got 2,200 fires, smoking up the place.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't even need a solar filter.
No, it's a natural solar filter, man. It's kind of like
solar filter.
Exactly. Nuclear winter, kind of.
Yeah.
What do we got going on in the chat? Anything in the chat?
Who needs those AstroWorld eclipse glasses? I guess.
Hey, come on, go pick them up. Do me a favor. 4 for $10. Can't beat it. Get ready for that eclipse. My buddy posted a photo that you could see a sunspot. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, nothing. Just people chatting in the background.
Just people
chilling.
Just chilling. So
we got Helena coming in on the 29th, and don't forget on the 5th of July, the Closet of Death.
The Closet of Death will find a new home.
The closet of death will find a new home. Yes, finally, because nobody wanted it in Eve. Nobody wanted it. Well, somebody wanted it, but they weren't there to claim it. So now it's going to go to some lucky winner at AstroWorld for what is it? What did I say? The 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 birth of our nation gets the closet of death. So there you go. So book 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, cool. Yeah, book 2 hotel rooms in the path of the eclipse. We got to talk about that, Shawn. What's good? What do you want to do? Do you want to hang out for the eclipse?
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to go down to Point Pelee area, which is probably the closest that we're gonna get. Like it's actually very close to the path of totality.
Okay.
And I think that would be the best place to head, which is maybe about for me it's maybe about an hour and a half or so drive, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's not terrible, but that I think that would be the best place. It's sort of like a little peninsula that jets out into Lake Erie, and it gets really close to the path of totality there. So I think that would be our best bet anyways.
Hey.
But we might have to do some last minute shuffling. You never know, depending on weather and that. It's hard to say. You can only hope that it's going to be sunny and clear, but you might have to move around maybe in that.
That's all right. I'm just going to bring the ASCAR probably and the Pegasus, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm just going to do something simple myself. Geez, I might even just use my cell phone.
Yeah. Yep. I mean the last eclipse, I was too excited, so I was a tinge out of focus. I was just enough to be annoying, and I had too much focal length to get the streamers. I was too close, so
Right.
I got Bailey's beads, and it was again a little bit out of focus. I got nice prominences. I got a nice eclipse, but you could definitely tell it's a little bit out of focus, and it pisses you off because you're like, man, I traveled all the way to South Carolina to go see it, and I missed the focus by a little bit, and it's tough to focus in when you're doing solar, and you got the thing over your head, and you're looking at a computer, and you're doing all this kind of stuff, and you're zooming in, and you think you got it because you're focusing on a sunspot before, and the sunspot looks good. And then when you find out it's a different focus when, because it's just different. I don't know why. Just because maybe the light, maybe I just wasn't in focus. But I had 1 minute and 8 seconds of totality. So you're really under pressure, kind of to make sure, you're really under pressure. And you're like, oh my God. You're like, I think I got it, but I can't really tell because, glare of the screen and everything. But if there's any
it's not easy to do.
What's that? No, it's
I know
not.
that. Yeah, I tried. I did back in 2013. The ISS was transiting the sun, and I set everything up. It turned out not too bad, but it's really hard to see. It's really hard to do. And it actually had gone past. It flew over the sun, and luckily I was recording, but I didn't even know it because I couldn't tell. I couldn't really see what I was trying to look at. So it was a crapshoot almost, that I ended up with what I got. But it's very challenging. Solar's challenging, planetary is very challenging, completely different. Like I can do deep sky, I can image a galaxy, millions and millions of light years away, but I can't take an image of Jupiter or Saturn to save my life, which is really funny, because I would have thought it would have been maybe a little easier, but it's very challenging. It's an art in its own, for sure.
It's kind of like one of those things where we talk about all the time. If planetary was easy, everybody would be doing it, and that you could probably count on 3 fingers.
Yeah,
the people that do planetary really well.
Really well, yeah.
Really well. I mean, people do planetary that are good, but I mean, if you take a look at, you compare deep sky photographers to planetary photographers, deep sky probably outnumbers planetary by like 30, 40 to 1. You know, so there's only like I could only think of like 2 or 3 people that that do it well. Damien Peach, Chris Go.
Yeah,
I've got a. There's a Canadian that's not far away from me, maybe about 20-minute drive. Daryl Archer is his name. He's probably not that well known, but he takes some phenomenal planetary images. Just blows my mind what he pulls off, and because I just can't do it. I've tried many times to get into planetary, and it's just not my thing,
I hear you. I you know what, it's still gonna itch at me to get that picture of Saturn and Jupiter. It's still gonna itch me to do it eventually.
Oh yeah. I definitely want to do it.
It's just. I mean, the last picture I took of Saturn and Jupiter was, I said, let me just give it a shot. I had my 18-inch obsession in the backyard. My niece was in the backyard with me, hanging out with me. She was like 7 or 6 at the time. And she's like, Uncle Dan, what's that big bright one over there? I said, well, that's Saturn and Jupiter. They're right next to each other. And I was like, okay, can you take a picture of it? I said, sure. Let me see what I can do. So I took 5 minutes of video. It wasn't tracking. It was just, I literally just let it travel across the chip and brought it back, and let it travel across the chip and brought it back.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So, for what it was okay. I threw it in auto stacker, and one of the shots I actually just happened to get. I guess it's just luck of the draw. The red spot on Jupiter, I got, and whatchamacallit, and Saturn that night. So I think it was something like I did the top 20% out of like something like 30,000 frames or something like that. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm gonna try myself as far as the eclipse. I want to try to get down to Texas. My dad lives down just outside of Dallas, so he's gonna be right there in the pathway of it. So I would love to maybe see if I can try to get like take my FLT 91 and my AVX and maybe a Quark. If I can get my hands on a Quark, before then, and and give it a shot. But I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing right now when it comes to that type of stuff. So it's gonna take some time. That's not something you can just, a couple months, like a month or so, go out and buy, get a Quark and then just go out there and shoot.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know how good a Quark would be for solar eclipse. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know
if I've heard of anybody, because when you're doing a totality, you're literally taking off your solar filter. So
that's right. Yeah.
So
you are.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. As soon as you hit totality, you got to run to the scope, take the solar filter off, and start shooting. Okay. You know what? Okay. And that's probably the mistake that I made, taking off the solar filter and not refocusing after the filter was taken off. I bet you that was the mistake. 5 years later, that's probably what it was. Because you could tell I was in focus with the filter on there, with the white light on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't get totality with HA. Yeah,
with HA. Yeah, so thank you. So that'd be a waste of money. So I appreciate it.
Well, well, unless if you're really fast at taking the Quark out and doing everything else and putting the camera in, and but it's not worth it. Just do a regular white light, take the white light filter off, and then
no. So that's easy enough to get a white light filter, just to get a white filter and slap that on the FLT 91, and I don't know, maybe my 224 MC, or I've got something around here I can probably use, maybe a 174 and my 174 mini. I don't know, and I don't know, just give it a shot.
Yep. Yep. But this will only be my second total. Probably be my last on this earth. Because unless if I do a lot of traveling, The next one
Yeah,
in the
that's right.
U.S. is not until what 2040 something.
2040 something. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly. So
so I
this is,
mean,
yeah, that's why I'm
2040
hoping
would
that
make
it's
me 2041 would make me
very,
70.
very old.
Yeah,
It'd make me
70s.
70. Shut up,
That's it.
man.
It's over. It's over.
Shit,
Yeah.
what I'm more closer to the tomb than the wound. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
exactly.
That's it. That's
You
it.
know. So yeah, it's gonna
So
be a long time. 24 years, so 48. So that would make me even worse. That'd make me 77. And I still won't be as old as my mother-in-law, who's probably watching right now at 82 or 83 years old. You know, she's working like a maniac. She's amazing. She just
I find the
retired
people
last
that
year.
I was just gonna say, I find the people that keep active and keep working, even in their old age, are the ones that seem to keep going. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the ones that retire that always comes out up with cancer or something. You know,
yeah, something happens, or 5 years later they're dead.
Yep.
And it's just it's something to do with keeping busy and keeping active. I think that well, look at William Shatner. I always come back to him.
Yeah, he's
What,
still doing
91
it.
now
He's in his 90s.
Did
92?
anybody else get a letter or an invite from William Shatner saying that to come to his horse equestrian kind of thing in California? I got this letter from somebody that said, "Hey, come down to William Shatner's horse farm or whatever in San Bernardino or whatever the hell he is." And I'm like, how the hell did I get that? It must have been a mass marketing thing. Didn't come from,
Probably.
this didn't come from anybody. This wasn't, "Hey, Bill, how you doing? Come down to my horse farm, Dan." No, this wasn't anything like that. But I was looking at it. It was $2,500 a plate just for dinner and to hang out with him at his horse ranch.
No, it's okay. I'll just watch his movies. It's all good. I'll just watch a Hupie and Abraham commercial.
I'll watch Tech War. I'll watch Tech War again before I spend $2,500 and go to a,
Yeah. That's okay.
I don't know if you remember what Tech War was, but if you haven't, you can.
I remember Tech War.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh wow, it's 10:30.
Silent Sure. I
I'm
might
going
have
to-
that's Boney sending me a new 122 triplet to test out at the
nice.
Start. Yeah,
Make sure I don't
nice.
trip over it. I'll see you there.
Yeah, very good.
Traveling all the way to Nebraska.
Oh, to go to the Star Party?
Well, my wife has cousins in Omaha. And so we're gonna hit there, and then depending on the weather, hopefully the weather is okay. I'll be going up to the Nebraska Star Party, and I'm actually, if you go to, I think it's the Nebraska Star Party website, AstroWorld Telescopes is on there. Oh no, it's at Starfest. AstroWorld Telescopes is on the website as a vendor. So.
Oh, good, awesome.
Yeah. So thank you to Shawn for giving me the introduction. So appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
do we want to give something away?
Yeah, I'm sending them a NBZ filter.
Nice.
To give away. So
good. So do you want to do anything? We got I know it's Wednesday, so don't forget, everybody,
vote for the picture.
Vote for Picture of the Week. I know this has been a pretty, laid back show today. Again, I appreciate, Shawn hanging out with us, and everything. But don't forget, we got Picture of the Week. So, and voting ends on Friday at what time?
9:30 while we're on the show. 9:30, and then we give the results at the end of that show. So
there you go. So don't forget to hop on to AstroWorldWeb.com and imaging contest and get your vote in. So that'll be coming up soon.
And it looks like a new giveaway will be popping up on the AstroWorld site. I'm trying to set it up for tomorrow. So It's going to be a new giveaway, and it will be giving away, maybe, I haven't figured out how often, but it'll be a $50 gift certificate to the AstroWorld telescope store. So we'll be doing that.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah,
Awesome.
why not?
Yeah, that's great. Good. Guys, I'm gonna bug out only because I've been up since 3 a.m. So,
Ooh.
and I was at the gym at 5 a.m. So
God bless you.
Yeah, I know. And I was thinking of getting up at being at the gym again tomorrow at 5 a.m. So
Why
I
would
could
you
use
do
some
that?
sleep.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm crazy like that. I'm a night owl, and that I don't sleep well at night, so I'm always up and I love the nighttime. Just it's so quiet and peaceful and stuff. So I sometimes have woken up and gone for a drive just because it's so peaceful and that I love it. But yeah, no, I was up at 3 a.m. and then I was at the gym at 5, so I'm pretty wiped out. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys having me on, though. It was awesome. I have to go back.
You have your own number, so you can come on whenever you want.
I'll have to come back and do a presentation and stuff, actually talk about something instead of just shooting the crap with you guys. But yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It's awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man. You're always welcome, man. You and us, and we've had a great relationship over the years, and you're literally
I'm looking forward to Starfest. Really looking forward to seeing it.
Dude, we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So even if it's crappy weather, we're still gonna have a great time because you know what?
Still gonna have a good time.
You're gonna have a roomie. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and I may even try some ketchup potato chips. You never know.
There you go.
Never know.
Yeah.
You never
They're
know.
Good. They're good for you.
I'll stick them in some poutine for you.
Oh, there you
go. Telling you.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
All right. Go on. Yeah, we're right behind you. So thanks a lot, boss.
Okay. Take it easy.
Take care. All right. So do we have a giveaway today? Like we usually like Masters of Pics.
What is today? Today is Masters of Pics Insight usually Friday. Let me see what I have. Let me see if I have anything that I could give away tonight. And we say Shawn leaves and we drop 5 people.
Oh, good.
And let me see giveaways. Where's my AstroWorld page? There we go. Do I have anything left? Where's my calendar? AstroWorld telescope calendar. What's today? Verify if it's you. Why are you verifying if it's me? Damn Google. I hate Google. Tonight's the 7th. It's a Woodland Hills giveaway tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, so we got Woodland Hills tonight. We got Camera Concepts the following 2 Wednesdays away, and then we got the IP for AP on the 28th.
Okay, then.
All right. So Woodland Hills, there we go. All right. So let me grab that over here. AstroWorld Mars Camp giveaway. It's not Mars Camp giveaway anymore. Open. Second. AstroWorld. Log in. Never asked me to log in. There it is. All right, and Woodland Hills. There we go. So let's grab this going here. Here we go. Woodland Hills. All right, 134 people on here on the magic wheel, and for $50 for Woodland Hills. I'm Clayton.
Robert. All right.
There you go. All right, Bob. I'll send you an email. for another, well, not another, for a Woodland Hills gift certificate. We'll take care of you. And you'll get a return email from Farah over Woodland Hills. So congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
All right, all right.
All right, all right, all right. All right. Well, it's about that time anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
my throat
it
is
is.
shot. I wanted to call this like a half an hour ago. My throat is killing me. It's really bad out there. It's bad. And it's permeating everything. So it's like kind of like you can't stop it from coming in the house. So
No.
um,
So no,
but
man. So take care of yourself, man. You know.
yeah, no, I
You
just need to
take care of
stop talking
yourself.
for a couple hours and
Yeah.
then I'll recoup, I guess. But
All right, man.
all right. All right,
Well,
everybody.
I thank everybody for hopping on and hanging out with us. And had a little bit of AP talk here and stuff. About star halos and a few other things. And I hope that we can do some processing pretty soon. Because I would love to do some APP processing and show folks a little bit of AstroPixel processor and how easy it is, especially
Yeah,
for integration.
I would love to see how easy it is.
Especially for integration.
That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm
Especially
looking for.
It's so freaking easy. So.
And I do keep on hearing of the great results that it does have for integration. And I guess I'm just stuck in the Pics Insight way, and I would like to see how another program works.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to show you once I got to get some flats in, and I can do a quick tutorial at least of what I do for it. So absolutely, at least show you guys the steps and everything. So, no
Okay.
problem at all.
Cool,
man.
All righty. All right, everybody. So everybody have a good night. Great time again. I'm sorry I'm not as hyper as I usually am on the show. It's been a long day for me. I do apologize, but thank you everybody for hanging out with us, and we'll see everybody on Friday, not only for another giveaway, and maybe we'll actually come up with some topics over the next couple days, and maybe actually have something that's not ad-libbed. So everybody have a good night. Take care, everybody, and remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night, everybody.
See you Friday, everybody.
Bye-bye.